Hey, James Averis here for Fight News Australia. I'm with UFC debutant Kai Kara France. Kai, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, really good. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's been a long time for you to finally get this opportunity. Obviously, you fought on Tough and you've fought all over the world since then. How stoked are you to finally have the opportunity to fight in the UFC?
Yeah, it's just a milestone in my career. Another thing to tick off, my UFC debut. But yeah, I'm more than ready for this. You know, I've had over 27 professional fights now, fought in 13 different countries. I've already had that kind of taste of the UFC being on the Ultimate Fighter. So to finally fight at UFC Adelaide, you know, close enough to home that my friends and family can come watch, it's going to be a special night.
How important was that experience on the Ultimate Fighter just to get a little taste of the type of training, you're under Henry Cejudo and the type of athletes that you could be fighting?
Yeah, it definitely helped me prepare for this moment, especially with opponents changing and all that. An Ultimate Fighter, you don't know who you're fighting until you get to the show, and then you find out, and then you find them in a few days. So that's definitely taught me those harsh lessons that you need to be learnt before you get into the UFC. So that's why I feel more than ready now.
And you think the 6 fights subsequent to being on the Ultimate Fighter means that you're even more prepared to come in and really make a statement in the UFC?
Definitely. You know, I already fought in front of Dana White. That pressure was there, and I got a 30-second knockout, the only knockout on the Ultimate Fighter. So yeah, expect something similar come December 2nd.
You see guys like Tai Tuivasa, he made his debut a little over a year ago. Israel only started fighting in the UFC this year, and how big of a names they've already got for themselves. Do you think you could be on a similar timeline to get your name up there?
Yeah, I'm not really, comparing myself to those two because, they're great fighters, but, I'm my own person, so hopefully, I can make a statement in my own way, and, with my gym doing so well, city kickboxing, it's going to be hard to make a bit of noise, but with my fight style, I think I can do that.
You were originally supposed to fight Ashkan Ali. How did you feel when you got told that he had pulled out? Were you worried at all?
I wasn't worried, but I do have about 50 family coming over, so that pressure's on me to get a fight because there's a lot of money being wasted. But I knew they would find me a replacement. It just was a matter of who it would be. But yeah, injuries happen. He didn't make it to the fight, but yeah, it's something to expect, and it's just a minor speed bump, and different body but same result.
And you've got a new opponent, Elias Garcias. Have you seen much of his fights before? Have you had time to study tape, or are you leaving that to your coaches?
Yeah, I've watched a few of his fights before this matchup got announced, but my coach is the one doing all the game planning. I just listen to him, and I have 100% confident in what he does, and we'll be able to execute our game plan to a T.
You'll be looking for the knockout, obviously.
Yeah, I'll see how the fight pans out. I'm not gonna, rush it or get overwhelmed by trying to go for that knockout finish. But yeah, I'll take the fight how it comes, but expect to finish it at some point.
With the success of Dan and Izzy and all you guys at City Kickboxing, is the media in New Zealand starting to pay more attention to MMA and the general public as a whole?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. Every week we've got cameras at our gym, not just Multi TV or the odd article about us. It's main media. So yeah, it's awesome to see New Zealand getting behind it, and yeah, I'm just honoured to represent New Zealand on that world stage in the UFC, and to represent myself.
For you, this must be like playing for the All Blacks, right? Like fighting in the UFC, representing your country. It must be just as big as that.
Definitely, yeah. When I was growing up, I didn't want to be an All Black. I wanted to be in the UFC. I've been training since I was in MMA since I was 15 years old. So 10 years of dreaming about this, and now it's fight week for my UFC debut. So it feels surreal, but putting on those UFC gloves today, wearing my fight shorts with my last name on it, it really kind of sunk in, and it really got me excited for Sunday.
And Mark Hunt is on this card. Is it pretty special for you to fight under such a legend from New Zealand?
Yeah, definitely. Fighting out of City Kickboxing, with ties to Barramoli Garb, where Mark Hunt was originally from. it's gonna be awesome to see his last fight, and hopefully we can go out in the same fashion and both get knockouts.
And there's a bit of concern around the flyweight division. There's been rumours that it's going to be dissolved. How do you feel about that whole situation?
Yeah, I'm not really looking at it right now. I'm just looking at it, looking at my fight, taking it fight by fight, and once I get past my opponent, then I'll see my options. But coming into the UFC right now, I'm on a 5-fight win streak at bantamweight. So if it came down to it, I would be fine going up to bantam. But yeah, whatever happens, I want to be in the UFC. So if I have to fight at fly or bantam, so be it.
Have you signed for more than one fight?
Yeah, I'm on a 4-fight contract. So
4-fight contract.
Yeah, so this is the first. Yeah.
So you go to bantamweight, presumably if they do dissolve it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what they're doing. I've seen articles saying they want to keep a few flyweights around. Their fights will still be happening at flyweight. So if that's the case, I'm more than happy to do that. If not, I'll go up to bantam. But yeah, come Sunday, that's all I'm thinking about.
And just finally from me, main event, Tai Tuivasa versus Junior Dos Santos. Do you have an opinion on that fight?
Definitely. Tai, he's my boy. We trained in Thailand together. Love that guy. So I want him to get a finish. I know he's going to be hungry and he's going to go out swinging. So I feel like first round, he's going to try to get him out quick. So yeah, first round knockout.
It's been a long time coming. Best of luck for Sunday, bro. All the best.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.